So as per reports, $24.5 billion is what the coding industry is worth right now, and there will be coming up 22 million more software jobs by the time of 2025. So if you want to excel in game development, app development, software development, data science or artificial intelligence, learning to code is the first step in your journey. But when you actually try to learn, it gets really confusing. There are millions of people teaching you coding on the internet. There are thousands of courses. Where do you study from? The first thing that you need is a clear goal in mind and a perfectly structured roadmap. And the very first step that you need to take in your coding journey is to choose the best coding language that is most suitable for you. This decision can essentially make or break your coding journey. So in this very video, we're going to talk about the most popular languages and which one is the most suited for you. You might be familiar with the first language quite a lot, and that is C++. If you're in a school or college in a computer science degree, or you've taken any coding related course, chances are you have been taught C++ in school or college. C++ is a very powerful and versatile language which has been used in making powerful and efficient softwares for years now. It has been in the industry for a very long time. Although it does not get as many new use cases in the software industry right now, but the old softwares and the old games still have their code bases all written in C++, and that is why a C++, very specific C++ developer job or a role is very rare in the market compared to other roles. And in my opinion, the only reason you should start with C++ is only if you want to become a competitive programmer. Competitive programming has the best use of C++ because it is one of the most fast and efficient languages, and if you're doing competitive programming, those small milliseconds matter as well. But on the contrary, it is like moderately syntax heavy, and it also does have a steep learning curve. So not very ideal when you're starting off as a beginner with zero knowledge of coding. Now before I move on to the next language, I want you to go down to the comments and let me know which class or which year are you currently in, so the next few videos can be targeted and more suited towards you. With that out of the way, let's talk about the next language named as Java. Just like C++, Java is also an object-oriented programming language which has been a staple for software development for decades. And the main selling point of Java is its robustness and portability. Java has been used extensively in Android app development, in enterprise softwares, and also building large-scale systems. The only big problem with Java is that it is very syntax heavy, and it can look really intimidating for someone who is just starting out. Trust me, I have seen a lot of people start with Java and give up with their whole coding journey in less than a week. So due to that reason, I personally would not recommend you start with Java unless you want to specifically become an Android app developer. Then Java is a great choice to start with. It will have a steep learning curve. It will be really intimidating at first, but you can get through it with enough practice. But even if you want to become an Android app developer, I would personally suggest you start with an easier programming language to understand the basics and the logics of coding, and then come to Java and it will feel a lot simpler. What are these easier languages, you say? Let me introduce you to Python and JavaScript. Talking about Python, it is the most readable language in the popular languages today. What do I mean by readable? That you can sort of understand what a piece of code is doing without having any coding knowledge or without having any knowledge of Python specifically. Now, why would you want to learn Python? Python is the staple for the emerging field of machine learning and AI. Any course on the internet about machine learning or AI, they will be teaching you everything in Python. So if you want to get into AI or machine learning or even data science, Python might be the best language to start with. Python also has a huge user base and a lot of modules and libraries, which makes life a lot easier as a Python developer. But the only problem that Python has, in my opinion, is the black boxing. If you are a beginner, you want to understand your coding knowledge and your logics very in depth. Python, on the other hand, just trying to make it simple, they black box a lot of things. They don't show you the underlying process in a lot of places. So you'll be using a lot of functions without really knowing how they actually work. And that is a very essential thing to know if you're going into software development or any other development. But it won't be a problem if you're just interested in machine learning and artificial intelligence. So if that is your choice, go ahead with Python. Now let me introduce you to JavaScript, almost the all-rounder in this whole list. When you don't know where exactly do you want to go with your coding journey, JavaScript is a very good starting ground to get a good understanding and to see which way you can go, because JavaScript keeps all the doors open to you. I would like to point out two things about JavaScript. JavaScript is not at all related to Java, and all the web pages and the websites that you see on the internet, including the one you're watching this video on right now, has the backbone as JavaScript. JavaScript is a very crucial language to learn if you want to get into web application development or web development in general. And just like Python modules, JavaScript also has a lot of frameworks, which makes it really versatile, which can be used in mobile app development, server-side development, and even IoT softwares. So if you do not have a very clear vision of where exactly do you want to go with your coding journey, be it software development, app development, or web development, JavaScript can be a really good point to start with. So those were the main 4 languages, the popular ones that I wanted to cover in this video. Now that you know which programming language to start your coding journey with, remember this is only the first step of the process, barely the tip of the iceberg. Now you have to put in hours and hours of effort into learning them, and you have to put those hours consistently so you can master the basics at least before going on to some specific direction. Now just thinking about that makes it sound like really hectic and boring. But it doesn't have to be. You can make your coding journey, your coding learning process really fast and really fun as well. If you want to know how, stay tuned for the next video. And as always, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next one.